Hi, how are you? Today I am reviewing Amazon Eero Mesh Wi-Fi Review. 2-minute review. Amazon Eero Mesh Wi-Fi Full Review. Since then, the likes of BT Whole Home Wi-Fi, Netgear B, and Google Nest Wi-Fi have all hit shelves promising a similar core offering, multiple wireless hubs set around your home using the same network ID. Eero says that its proprietary True Mesh technology will actively reroute traffic between your devices and the access point should something block the signal, or you move into a different room, seamlessly handing over to whichever access point and radio frequencies can provide the best possible connection at any given time. That's the idea, anyway. Design and build. The Eero units are squat cuboids with gentle curves, matte edges and a reflective finish on the top. Measuring 60 by 98 by 98 millimeters, they're a lot smaller than your typical networking kit as well. One could pass for an Apple Magic Mouse, if you squinted. This could be a problem if you have a lot of devices, smart TV, games console, Apple TV, and other set-top box devices, all in one room, all of which could do with some Ethernet love. Compared with a typical router, which will give you around 4 Ethernet ports, the Eero leaves you shortchanged. Google Nest Wi-Fi is similarly stingy with wired connectivity. Setup and features. Setting up your Eero Mesh Wi-Fi system from your phone is simple. You'll need to download the iOS or Android app, connect your first Eero to your modem via Ethernet, and then connect it to the mains. Once that's powered on and you've established an internet connection, you'll then be asked to pair it with your phone. By default, it'll ask you to pair your phone with the Eero via Bluetooth, but if this fails, you can just manually enter the serial number. As it happened, I had to do this with each and every Eero device, though that's something I'm chalking up to Bluetooth being rubbish rather than a failing on Eero's part. Parents will appreciate the ability to create profiles for devices and schedule pauses if you want to enforce a fortnight free period in the evenings. If the worst should happen and you spot a device on your network that you don't recognize, you can easily block it. Performance. The Eero was tested in a 3-bed terraced house in South London. The first of the 3 devices was installed close to the Virgin Media Super Hub 3, which had been set to modem mode, and basically served as the home's main gateway, providing an Ethernet connection for a TV set-top box. The 2 other devices were set up in the 2 rooms in the home where Wi-Fi coverage is typically not great, the kitchen, towards the rear of the house, and a back room 1 floor up. As there is no way to split SSIDs on the Eeros, which would allow me to create discrete 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz channels, I couldn't directly compare link speeds. One SSID to connect them all, multiple access points to find them. Sometimes, when I walked into the back room, the mesh system had decided that I'd be better off connected to the kitchen Eero instead, despite that device being located 1 floor down and a couple of meters away from where I was actually stood. I would occasionally have to do this when out in the garden, or working towards the front of the house, when I should have been connected to the kitchen and living room Eeros respectively. Price. The 3-part Eero kit costs £249 from Amazon, which also sells single Eero units for £99. You can get them for the same figures in the US. You can also pick up the same Eero bundle from Apple for £249, or a single Eero, again, for £99. These prices are very good in the scheme of things. A Netgear BRBK50 router with just 1 satellite unit currently costs around £300. Although a 3-device TP-Link Deco P9 pack will cost you £199, so Eero's not quite the cheapest player in the game. Top speeds. Eero didn't take our speed tests. In fact, in our first speed test, where we measure the top wireless transfer rate of a single device from each system at various distances, Eero finished dead last. It's clear as day in that graph up above. Wired to a local server, a single Eero device transferred data over Wi-Fi to a laptop 5 feet away at a respectable rate of 488 Mbps, but the speed dropped off a cliff once we were more than 30 feet away. Coverage. The last thing we look at in our performance tests is each system's respective signal strength. Rather than telling you how fast the router is, per se, signal strength gives you a visual sense of how strong your connection to the network will be at various distances. A good mesh system should literally blanket your home with a strong signal. Verdict: the Eero Mesh Wi-Fi system is a dream. It's easy to set up, and provides reliable whole home coverage, and bar a few teething issues, works as intended. For the most part, the system moves devices to the strongest wireless connections automatically, regardless of where you are in the house. If this is going to be an issue for you, but the idea of mesh Wi-Fi appeals, you might be better off sizing up a Netgear or B, which is only slightly more expensive, and more generous with its ports. So I highly recommend getting the Amazon Eero Mesh Wi-Fi review. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my RS product review channel. Thank you.